we're paying tribute to the Alaska Aces, one of the most accomplished franchises in PBA history. The team announced yesterday that they're leaving the league after 35 seasons, and now joining us to go all out on this story, of course, we should have a legend on the show. Alaska legend from the 90s who was part of the team's historic Grand Slam back in 1996. He's also had his jersey retired by the franchise. Welcome to Sports-esque, one and only legendary Mr. Fourth Quarter, Mr. Clutch, Jolas, Coach Jojo Lastimosa. Coach Jolas, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Looking good. Batang-bata pa rin, ah.
Good morning, Andre. Good to be here.
Batang-bata ka pa rin, Coach. It's like you haven't aged, not one bit.
Well, it's just the effect on TV. That's all.
At least you still have your sense of humor. That's good. I know it's something we should have, especially with the heartbreaking news yesterday. A lot was surprised, including myself, with the announcement by Mr. Fred Uitengsu in Alaska retiring its franchise. What was your initial reaction, Coach Jeff, when you found out? How did you find out when you, Sir Jolas, Coach Jolas, when you saw, when you found out na wala nang Alaska sa PBA?
A bit surprised, of course, just like all of us na mga taga-Alaska or anyone who watched us play. I think we were all caught off guard. But I knew this was coming, but I didn't know that it was going to come that soon. And I just read the press release on our Viber thread. So that's how I found out about it. I think it was somewhere in the afternoon. So, yeah, I was surprised.
Coach, yung mabigat, it's really heavy news. Heavy news for PBA fans who've supported this franchise for so long. More than 30 years. Ang dami nang lumaki, yung mga batang, grew up watching Alaska, di ba? Cheering Alaska back in the 90s. Pero kung babalikan natin, if we're gonna go back, Coach Jolas, nung 90s, yun talaga yung glory days ng Alaska eh. The team won most of its titles during that decade. For you, what made this franchise's team, the Alaska of the 90s, so special, Coach Jolas?
I share the same observations from the players, and for those guys now who came through the system. I was listening to Kinasani and Cyrus. They all felt the same way. Now they felt they belong to a family, and it's all about relationships. And I think that again starts with Fred, and then it goes down to the coaching staff, to Tim, to Aki Trillo. And you have to be aligned in terms of what you want to do, and they have a really good game plan. And Fred has really good leadership style, and he was able to get that to the team and for everyone to buy in. And the result is just an awesome franchise.
It is an awesome franchise, and kanina nga, I was talking to Sunny and to Cyrus, all praises. We were talking about the principles that they live by: integrity, teamwork, discipline, honesty, excellence. We, not me. They always do the right thing. They play by the rules. Coach Jolas, alam natin yung highlight nung 90s yan, nakikita natin, Sean Chambers, there's Sir Waki Trillo, there you are. Kita mo, parang walang pinagkaiba. Yan yung highlights. There's Coach Johnny A. The highlight of the 90s of that run was basically that 1996 Grand Slam. What do you remember most about that historic campaign?
I remember the first one that we won. I think it was the first one is always going to be the most difficult. It was the All Filipino.
Yeah.
And if you win the first one, of course, you've gone for the second one. But if you don't get the first one, there's no way you can get the Grand Slam anymore. So
that's right.
The first one was really crucial. So I remember that clearly because I had a mission going into that season, because in '95 we lost to Sunkist in our All Filipino bid, and we were in 3 straight championship in '95, and I think we won 1. But we lost our All Filipino. So going into the 96, all of us knew that we were really going to be good. And I didn't know how good we were going to be. But I knew, I remember talking to the players that, hey, coming to the next season, I think we really have a good shot at really, really doing well in this in that year. So All Filipino was we were in a mission, and it was my first All Filipino crown, and I was ready for it.
Mm.
So that was really memorable. And of course,
Mm-hmm.
the second was
Mm-hmm.
I it was a blur. And then all of a sudden we were in the third conference,
Yeah,
and we had
yeah.
a chance of winning the Grand Slam. And of course, people talk about, hey,
Yes.
hey, hey, one more conference, ganyan. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah, 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 yeah.
we didn't want to put enough pressure on
Pressure,
ourselves because
yeah,
we just knew that we were just one conference away.
yeah,
And you can't imagine the pressure actually
for
building
sure.
up.
Yeah, yeah,
And Tim did a great job on just calming everyone and just taking it game by game, month by month, week by week. So yeah, that was really great.
we always talk about, of course, you guys, Johnny Abarrientos, Jojo Lastimosa. I remember Bong Hawkins, Sean Chambers, Jeff Carriazo, like people we see in the video clip. And ang dami naman, Pochuino. You've had so many memorable teammates. But Coach Tim Cohn, you said what can you remember about, Coach Tim, especially in that 1996 Grand Slam moment wherein, sabi mo, you just said it, it's pressure because it's different when you win the first title, you get it, and then you win the second conference. The pressure just keeps on building up not to get that Grand Slam in the PBA.
Yeah, and um, because when you think about it, when you win three in a row,
Yeah.
everything has to click. Everything has to be in place. Nobody gets injured. Nobody gets into an accident. There's no problems in the family, and everything has to be in the right place.
Yeah.
And in '96, everything just
Clicked.
kumbaga parang diretso yung mga stars for us. Everything aligned for us in '96.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, Tim was a huge part on that run. And again, we can't deny the fact that Tim was the architect of that triangle of our defense, everything. And yeah, it's a total team effort.
Yeah. Well, I'm just looking at ikaw nga pala yung All-Filipino Cup Finals MVP back in 1996. Sabi mo yun yung kumbaga mahirap to win one and then All-Filipino. It's very prestigious. Alam naman natin pag
Yeah.
All-Filipino, yung walang import, yun yung talaga eh. Coach, besides dun sa Grand Slam, alam ko we've been talking about it and why not? You're one of those few teams who have accomplished the Grand Slam. Ano pa yung fondest memories mo? Something that you will never forget when you tell your players, your kids or 'di ba yung ikikwento mo sa mga batang players na hindi na naabutan yung Alaska of the 90s? Ano yung hindi mo fondest memories that you won't forget with Alaska?
Well, of course, the celebrations. Celebrations are always fun. After the fact, kumbaga, tapos na lahat yung paghihirap ninyo. The post-celebration, I think that's the most fun. And then that time when you win the championship, you celebrate that night and you never sleep. And I think it's probably the best time not to sleep. So, para sa akin, that's the most fun. You don't care if you don't sleep for 2-3 days. And you just want to soak it all in. And I think that's the most fun. And of course, ang gravy dun was when everybody celebrates abroad when we give our rings.
Bonus!
So it's usually,
Yung bonus,
our
Coach Jolas.
And the great part of that is that everyone is there. Our kids are there.
Yes.
Each family, they bring their own families, and it's just a great time.
Yeah.
For me, those are the most fun. I'm not going to mention about our practice. Our practice aren't fun. With him, it's not fun. Okay, and for me, fun is when we celebrate and everything is over and done with.
You know what? I'm sure the current players under Coach Tim, si Never, mga dumaan din sa kanya sa Magnolias of that franchise.
Yeah.
Will relate to you, can relate to you na tama si Coach Jolas, hindi masaya ang practice pag Coach Tim dahil talagang that man talagang very strict when it comes to his practices. What's your message to Mr. Uitengsu, the management of the Alaska franchise, and what do you want to say if there's anything you want to tell your former teammate, Coach Jeff Carriazo, who's still coaching this current team that has to finish this conference? What do you want to tell them, Coach?
It's huge. Just thank you. And I spoke to Fred last night.
Yeah.
he called me up. I think he was calling everyone that's really instrumental in the franchise, and we spoke last night. I just thanked him. It was an honor and a great pleasure to be part of that franchise. And yeah, it's just my family owes so much to him and to the Alaska team, Alaska management, his family.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's no amount of gratitude that I can say to Fred. And it was there in Alaska where I actually solidified my name, and
For sure.
I became recognized just because I was there and we won. Because if I never won, I'd probably just be an ordinary player.
Hindi. Maalala ka? Jojo Lastimosa.
You have to win.
Sabagay,
Stats are gonna be hollow if you don't win.
Very grabe. Tingnan mo na, Coach, let's just bask in your highlights. 9-time PBA champion, part of that 1996 Grand Slam team, of course. 96 All-Filipino Cup Finals MVP, 7 All-Star appearances, 3-time PBA Mythical 5 in 91, 96, and 98. One of those very few to have his jersey number retired, number 6. And a bit of trivia, because I'm best friends with LA Tenorio. When he was traded to Alaska, number 6 LA, sa Ateneo, sa San Miguel. Sabi ko, Lay, ba't di ka nag-6? Sabi niya, hindi ko pwede kunin yun. Jolas yun. Yung number 6, ni-retire yung number na yun. That's why he had to take number 5. That's just a bit of trivia for you. I'm sure you know that, Coach, but for the viewers. Coach, job's not done for this team. Of course, in the middle of the Governor's Cup, tatapusin pa nila tong conference na to. Anong message mo? What do you want to tell or advise the current Alaska players whom I'm sure they're dealing with a lot? It's going to be heavy, but who can use this as motivation to make a bang, leave with a bang, as they say. Kasi ito yung parang maging farewell tour ng Alaska with this conference.
I wish I could say something. I wish I can say na parang I know how you feel, because I've never been in a situation where I'm playing my last conference and then it is gonna be gone. But I would probably say that don't change anything. I mean, like, these guys work hard, and it's just no difference. Whether your championship your franchise is going to be over, and compared to if you continue on, it's going to be the same. The intensity is going to be the same. I know it's going to be there. Jeff's going to do a good job motivating these guys. Just play your game. I mean, like, it's just any other game. And just like, I think, was it Cyrus who said, well, you're young. You can still find some teams there after your stint with Alaska, and just be grateful with the opportunity that you have in Alaska, and being able to experience how Fred was with you guys. Yeah.
Coach, maraming salamat. Thank you so much again for taking time joining us. An honor and a pleasure talking to you. I grew up watching you. And talagang maraming salamat again, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Again, Jolas, Mr. Clutch, the fourth quarter man. One and only Alaska legend, part of that Grand Slam team in 96, Jojo Lastimosa. Thank you.